Okay, guys, here's the review. I promised you guys. Sorry it's going to be late. I got stuck tutoring students, so here it is. When you're being asked to find the geometric mean, this is when you have two ratios. Don't forget that your x's, you have to write in a position so that when you cross multiply, the x's multiply out together. So the 4 and the 36, I'm going to write in the other two spots. Cross multiply, x times x is x squared. And 4 times 36 is 144. I need to find the geometric mean, which means to solve for x. So I'm going to take the square root of 144, and that equals just 12. I know the square root of 144 is plus or minus 12, but you're only keeping the positive answer because this is geometric mean. Question number 2 is asking for the transformation. Oops. Well, it doesn't matter about the translation. What matters is the dilation. Since the x and y values are being multiplied by 3, that just means that I'm going to take the length from AB, which measures 9, and I'm going to multiply it by the dilation factor of 3 to find the length of the corresponding side, LM. So if I take 9 and I multiply it by 3, what will I get? 27. So the length of 27, which is a corresponding side from AB to LM, is being multiplied by 3. So the answer is 27. The translation doesn't matter. That just means my triangle moved locations. That does not change the shape or the length. Question 3, there was a mistake with it. Question 3 on your benchmark, not your benchmark, your module test, they're going to ask you for the scale factor. So I'm going to switch this question and I'm going to change it to be a scale factor. So because this length here is the pre-image and triangle BCD is the image, that means that I need to determine what did they multiply the triangle by to get him to be the length of his corresponding side. So BC measures 4 and WX measures 2. So since the pre-image is a smaller triangle, what did they do to 2 to get to 4? Well, they multiplied by 2. So your scale factor would end up being 2. So on your test tomorrow, you're going to look for the side that's either vertical or horizontal, and you're going to determine, did they enlarge the shape like they did here, or do they shrink it? If they enlarge it, you're multiplying by a whole number. But if your scale factor ends up being a fraction, that means that your pre-image was bigger than your image. So if this is 4 and this is 2, and they told me that this is my pre-image and I'm getting to my image, then my scale factor would actually be a half, because from 4 to 2, they divided by 2. So just be careful. If your pre-image is big and it shrinks, that means your scale factor is going to be a fraction. But if your pre-image is small and it gets larger, that means it's going to be a whole number. So just be careful when you're looking at it and make sure you understand who's first. So the first one's your pre, and then the second one's your image. Number 5, because I didn't do 4, you need to find the geometric mean of RT. So RT is X, and based on the values, they give you 5 and 2.2 for TX. So geometric mean again is 1x top, 1x bottom. Then your values that they give you, which is 2 of them, you write 1 on one spot, 1 on the other. The x's have to cross multiply. So you get x squared is equal to 5 times 2.2 is 11. And then you take the square root of 11 to solve for x. And when you take the square root of 11, you end up getting, let's see, 3.32 if you round. So this would be the length of RT, and the units is meters. Number 6, a person and a tree. So you're talking about height. They want to find the height of the tree, so that means this is x. So it goes the height of the tree divided by the height of the person equals the shadow of the tree divided by the shadow of the person. So the height of the tree, I don't know. I know it's x because that's what they told us they want us to find. So x divided by, what's the height of the person? Well, the person is 5.6 feet tall. Equals the shadow of the tree. The shadow of the tree is on the floor. The shadows are on the floor, 65 feet. And the shadow of the person is 8.1 feet. So I'm going to cross multiply and solve for x. So x times 8.1 is 8.1x. And 5.6 times 65, 5.6 times 65 is equal to 364. To solve for x, I have to divide both sides by 8.1. So if I divide both sides by 8.1, I end up getting 44.94 if I round feet. So that would be the height of my tree, 44.94 feet. Next question. This one's asking us what theorem is being used. Well, this is a triangle. So triangle proportionality theorem. It's a triangle proportionality theorem because since you're comparing the lengths of the sides, they have to be proportional. So this is the name of the theorem. Well, if you remember the triangle proportionality theorem, it said that DE divided by EF has to equal DG divided by GH. So now I'm just going to plug in my values and solve. So DE measures 3 divided by EF measures 4.1 because that's the length here equals DG, which is 2.3 divided by GH, which is x. So we're going to cross multiply. 3 times x is 3x. 2.3 times 4.1 is equal to 9.43. And I need to solve for x by dividing both sides of my equation by 3. And when I divide both sides, I get x equals 3.14. And my units would be centimeters. Question 9 is where I'm going to stop this video so I can load it on YouTube. So my next video will start on question 9.